was homeless and like sleeping in a tent outside in the woods, and I had nowhere to go. It was really lonely.
I spent a weekend in the train station.
I've been in my truck cold trying to wonder where I'm going to go next because I'm too ashamed and too embarrassed to go to family or friends and ask for help.
This is a Christian outreach center, and it's not only feeding people physical food, but spiritual food also. For many different reasons, homelessness really exists here in Detroit Lakes, more than people really know, more than they understand.
And we went through our savings trying to save the house, so, and it didn't work out, so we had no money and no food. It was really tough, and I was just really, really down, and kind of at the end of my rope. And I drove by this Refuge sign out here, and I read "Food for the hungry, drink for the thirsty, ministry for the brokenhearted," I think it says, and I said, that's exactly what I need.
It's hard for me to come up and ask for help, and this is the right place to do it. People are honest and they're sincere, and it's something that's coming from their hearts.
It's been a real blessing to see what the Lord is doing here and how the Lord is working in every area that we have here. Down in the dining hall where we serve the people, and just watching the families come in and just being able to meet their needs that way with the food program. And then in the middle in the sanctuary, we have prayer there and Bible studies for people. And up here in the Solid Grounds Coffee Shop, it's just a place for people to relax and fellowship. And I always tell them take their time and just find themselves here.
The Compassion House is going to be made up of 55 rooms. And there's going to be a 25-room dorm for homeless people. And then there's going to be another 30 rooms. These are people that have needs in their life that we'll be able to reach out to and take care of. We're not bringing people into the area because we have a homeless shelter. We're taking care of the homeless that are already here. So we want the community to partner up with us. The churches, the local churches, and the businesses and the people around town to partner up with us to help get these people off the streets and get them into some place.
Everyone that comes through these doors, we have to be prepared to be able to help these people, because one person, if we can help just one, it's worth it all.
Definitely, I feel very relieved that that's all over.
We built a life back up from being totally lost, and the Refuge was the spot where it started.
I'm Bill Schammert. Coming up tonight, just how far away is Detroit Lakes from opening its first and only men's homeless shelter?
Good evening, everyone. The holiday season can be a difficult time for some of the loneliest people in our communities, the homeless.
And with maxed out shelters in both Fargo and Moorhead, the need for more housing is greater than ever in surrounding areas. WDAY 6 reporter Bill Schammert joins us live with our top story tonight. Bill?
Dana, Kirsten, the need for help in Detroit Lakes is growing at an astronomical rate. The meals served at the Refuge doubled from 10,000 in 2010 to 20,000 in 2011. And now it's one step closer to being able to provide emergency shelter to those who need it most.
It's cold. I mean, it's lonely, you feel alone and scared.
At 22 years old, Colton Jessen found himself homeless with nowhere to go. He's one of several in Detroit Lakes who've been forced to sleep on the streets for part of 2011.
I mean, there's really no place around here like that, so I mean, definitely needs a place like that.
The Refuge provides clothing, meals, but no shelter. They're forced to ship people to Fargo-Moorhead, a hard task with the growing homeless rate in the metro. But that may not be true for very much longer.
We want the community, the businesses, and the residents to be a part of this, and by them pouring into this organization, they're helping meet the need of the poor, the homeless, the hungry, the starving.
The Detroit Lakes Planning Commission approved the Compassion House, a branch of the Refuge, to house 59 beds, 25 emergency beds, and 34 for group residential housing.
The homeless people can graduate from homelessness into that program. So instead of having just an overnight, they can rely on having many nights of a roof over their head.
Funds are limited. Right now, it's storage for donations, beds, dressers, insulation. The Compassion House has 3 rooms ready and hopes to have room for 14 people by the end of January, when they expect to get final approval from the City Council.
I know it seems stereotypical of, the homeless guy being underneath their bridge, but they really are. And they have carpet piled up underneath there, and they sleep underneath the carpet.
The Refuge is still a long way from its ultimate goal of $174,000 raised to get the Compassion House fully operational. If you'd like to help or find out more information, we've made a link. Just go to WDAY.com and follow the easy link. Reporting live, Bill Shammert, WDAY 6 News.
In April of 2006, a small group of people with nothing but a dream and a vision rented a small 1,000 square foot building on North Washington Avenue in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota. This would be called the Refuge, a Christian outreach center. Its purpose would be to give drink to the thirsty, feed the hungry, clothe the naked, and minister to the brokenhearted. The first year we served approximately 1,000 meals. We handed out coats in the winter and encouraged many people through prayer and support. As we grew, we moved to 8th Street 1.5 years later and purchased a larger 6,000 square foot building with a certified kitchen to meet the needs of the people. We went from serving 1,000 meals in 2006 to 20,000 meals in 2011. In 2011, the Refuge was given 105 acres of land within the city limits of Detroit Lakes, Minnesota. This will enable us to make future plans for a women's shelter and a halfway house. In July of 2011, the Refuge purchased a building 1 block west of our location, the Compassion House, a 59-bed men's homeless shelter. It will also contain a furniture repair shop and a craft shop for temporary employment for the men. In December of 2011, the Refuge rented a 13,000 square foot building on Washington Avenue, the Refuge Helping Hand thrift store. The proceeds from all these projects will help finance the work of the Refuge. We need your help to end homelessness in our area. Thank you for your support of our vision, and we invite you to stop in at any time and have a cup of coffee or even a lunch with us at the Refuge at 921 Southeast 8th Street in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota. Thank you.